Hey guys!
Hello! We had one of our awesome subscribers send us a whole bunch of questions about Disney, and we figured we would answer them for her and share them with the world. So let's get started.
Let's do it.
Alright,
Question number 1.
how much money do I bring to Disney World?
Great question.
Empty your bank account.
Or, what budget are you looking into? First you have to ask yourself, how much money do I have to spend for the trip to Disney?
There's basically 3 different types of people at Disney. There's people that are super budget, like no money to spend at Disney. They are there to have fun, but they can't afford everything there. There's people that are on a little bit of a tight budget, but they still make things work. And then there's the people that just go all out. Whatever category you fit into.
I fit into category A with my family.
Yeah, my family was always category A too.
We would be that family that would pack our food in backpacks. So we would eat sandwiches while everybody was in in the restaurants and
Eating
stuff,
their hot dogs
and stuff. But now that I'm older, I realize how smart that was.
It's a smart move. And you kind of think about it in a different way. It's like picnicking in the park. So
it is.
It's kind of fun. So that's for like super budget, like you don't have any money to spend. If you have a little bit to spend, I guess the quick service is the best way to go. You can do that for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
You're going to be looking at around like $10, $12 per meal per person. And we're talking about hamburger, fries, and a drink.
Stupid expensive.
Yeah. And if you have kids, it's usually going to be like around $6-7. It is overpriced. We're talking about Disney here.
Yeah.
So that's probably what you're going to be expecting for quick service.
And then if you do manage to fit in a nice restaurant here and there, they can run about like $25, $60 to even $120 a person. Every restaurant has its own price limit, so I would look those up before you go. Most of those restaurants, you have to make a reservation.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
And do it ahead of time. So like if you're going in October, look in the next few months to make a reservation and plan it all out. That's kind of a good starting point to plan your day around too.
Absolutely.
Other things you want to budget for going to Disney.
Souvenirs.
Yes. There's a store in like
every corner.
Yeah, everywhere you go, there's a store. It's hard to find stuff that's under $5 or $10. Keychains are about $7. I mean, think about the price that you think it is and inflate it by like 30%. I mean, I would say a good chunk of your budget should be for souvenirs if you really want to buy some.
I would say I could easily spend $100 like that at every park.
Almost $100 a day, I would say.
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds. Must-see attractions.
There's only a certain amount of rides that just pop to our brains like immediately. So for Magic Kingdom,
Space Mountain.
Easy. And Thunder Mountain Railroad. And if you're looking for something, if you're a thrill ride type of person, those are the top 2 that everyone kind of gravitates towards. Splash Mountain also is another one.
Splash is good.
But you will get wet, so if you don't like getting wet, just avoid that altogether. Another must-see is also Fantasyland expansion. Everybody just wants to see new stuff.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people travel with kids. It makes it a little bit more difficult.
More family type rides.
We would recommend Dumbo for sure.
And Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Under the sea, under the sea. Next park.
Epcot.
I think of Soarin'. Immediately go for Soarin'. I feel like
for sure.
Soarin' and Test Track are the ones that had the longest wait.
And those are the ones that everyone runs to right away. Expect to wait like 70 minutes for those rides.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, like it's like a World's Fair. It's just kind of like a showcase of all these different things. So there's a lot to see, and it's exciting. It's just there's not a whole lot of thrill there. And for kids, the Living Seas.
The Living Seas, yeah.
Nemo, that is so cool.
Oh, it's adorable. I love it. And then just walking around, checking out the different countries. That's always fun. I would like to make a small recommendation. If you're really hungry, the place in Italy is called Via Napoli. They have the best pizza ever.
Yes.
Go eat some.
Go eat the pizza. And do not look at the price when you get there, because it's worth every penny.
Yeah.
So Hollywood Studios.
Immediately, first thing I think of, Tower of Terror.
And then Rock and Roller Coaster for sure.
Aerosmith. How much fun to get on a roller coaster, just listen to loud music just blasting through your ears. The Toy Story ride.
Yes.
That is so much flipping fun. That's a good one for families and just adults, anybody.
Backlot tour.
Like if you're into movies and stuff, definitely do that. It's enjoyable.
And the Lights Motor Cars action. I think that's a good one. The boys will like it.
It's good for the kids.
Yeah. A lot of fire, a lot of like scary, fun things and gunshots. And
good shots. I think we just made up some stuff in there. Bombs, gunshots,
helicopters, dragons.
Now we're talking. That is Hollywood Studios.
And then Animal Kingdom.
The Everest roller coaster ride is fun.
That's a lot of fun for adults. The dinosaur ride. I think it's a mixed one. Like some kids might find it scary. I found it scary.
It is kind of scary. You're like, oh my god.
You're just like driving through the woods and then there's a dinosaur eating you.
Well, the safari.
The safari. That's a good family one. That's a lot of fun.
Recommendation for the safari, go first thing in the morning because they're all out. I don't know why. I always end up going at the same time every time and someone's missing. The lion's missing eating something.
Someone's taking a nap under a tree. Finding Nemo the musical.
That show is so beautiful. Especially if you like Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, there's that rapids ride.
Yeah.
If you want to get wet and
yeah.
be miserable the rest of the day.
So
That's
there you
a good
go.
one.
That's our honest opinion. What time to get to the parks?
I would say get there as early as you can.
Yes.
When the gates open.
So here are the timetables. For Magic Kingdom, get there 1 hour beforehand. It is a nightmare to deal with parking, getting on a tram, getting on a monorail and or boats. And then for the other parks, do half an hour beforehand. That should give you enough time to get onto the tram and to the gate right as it's opening.
The night before, take the time to figure out what you want to do. Usually on the map, they'll give you like the whole schedule on even like meet and greets with characters or when shows are going to happen or anything. That way you feel like you can get a little bit of everything.
Keep in mind that if you're park hopping between, Magic Kingdom and Epcot, there's a monorail. Take the monorail and it'll save you a lot of time.
And then Epcot by France. You're going to see like this area that kind of, you're like, where does that go to? It's actually the back entrance. That leads you to the Disney Boardwalk, which we recommend you checking that out. Also, at the Boardwalk, you can take a little boat, which takes you to Hollywood Studios. So yes, Epcot and Hollywood Studios does connect.
Nice and close. But if you're going from Hollywood Studios to Magic Kingdom, you gotta take a bus.
Definitely.
Or reversed. Poor little Animal Kingdom.
All by itself.
And there's no way to get there besides bus. Or
Bus,
car.
Exactly.
So all in all, park hopping is not an easy thing, and it does take time. It can take up to an hour in between parks, so that's going to be an hour out of your park time.
But how much time do we have to get through each park? That is a good question. It really just depends on the person. I mean, if you know what you want, and you're kind of like at a fast pace, and you're determined, all right, I got this, then you're going to be able to hit most of the park in a day.
You'll be able to weave in and out of the crowds and you know all the shortcuts. It should take you no time to get to where you're going.
Yeah.
If you're new to the parks and you've never been there, it can be really tough to navigate and find those ways around the crowds.
Especially if you have your family with you and kids, you gotta stop every like 5 minutes for something.
Keep in mind there's parades and other events that you might have to navigate through. So
yes, that's very frustrating when you feel like you're on a mission and then you get stopped and you have to go all the way around because the parade's coming.
Basically, the best formula to use for figuring out how much time per ride, do about 45 minutes for wait time and then leave that extra like 15 minutes as ride time. So
yeah,
budget about an hour per ride. That's just an average time. It can fluctuate depending on the day, the time of year. There are actually some really awesome websites that tell you the best times to go to the parks and like the wait times per day. So we'll link them below because those are actually really useful for planning. Oh, and you can schedule fast passes now. The fast pass system is completely different. So if you booked your vacation ahead of time, you can do the My Magic Plus online, schedule your fast passes 2 months in advance. You get to choose like 2 main rides and then 3 smaller rides, something like that. You could do it at the park also. So
highly recommend.
Do it. Fall's one of my favorite times to be at Disney, actually.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the best times to go because there's not a lot of people there. The wait times are low. The weather's decent. Really
everything's
fun.
Decorated so beautifully. Like the colors and everything. I don't know, it just gets you in that whole like fall mood. Epcot, the Food and Wine Festival, like that gets so crowded, so probably a pain.
It really is. It's hard to enjoy Epcot because there's a lot of locals there, so it's just crowded and to the point where you almost can't see a lot of the stuff because it's just tons of people.
For Magic Kingdom, the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween, you should probably check what nights you're thinking about, what days you're thinking about going, and seeing if the Halloween party is that night.
Schedule your Magic Kingdom day around the Not So Scary because it closes around 6, so you're losing about like 4 hours of Disney time.
If you guys have any questions or need help with anything, we are here.
We'd love to help you.
Absolutely.
And come visit you on vacation because we love Disney.
Yeah, I know. We might just be around
you might
at
see
the
us
park.
at the park. Alright guys, we'll see you in our next video. Have fun at the parks.
Have fun. Bye.
Now this park is a little bit more theater what am I describing? What did I just say?
Theater.
It's like a theater action comedy. pain. Don't hurt yourself making these YouTube videos.
I'm good.
Did it for the YouTube.
I did it for you, Mariah.